Deep in the Southern Ocean, the great white shark reigns supreme, feeding on dolphins, seals and anything else that gets in its way. So chances are you probably won't ever want to come face to face with this apex predator. And with research suggesting there's only 3,500 great whites left in the world, it's highly unlikely you ever will. But there are thousands of shark fanatics who want to get up close to these elusive creatures. Every year, they travel miles across the globe to the tiny seaside town of Port Lincoln in South Australia. It's one of only a handful of places in the world where you can dive with sharks in the wild. The Neptune Islands, with their 40,000 strong fur seal colony, provide the perfect feeding ground for the great whites. And we've come here to see what all the fuss is about. Now, I grew up 2 hours up the road and spent my entire childhood being told not to swim past the blue line and generally in fear of ever having an encounter with a shark. So diving with the great whites has never been on my bucket list, but I'm on a boat with around 20 people from all across the world who are ticking off a bucket list item. We've already seen 2 great whites so far. They're swimming under the boat, they've jumped out of the water. So I think it's time to get this baby in the cage and capture some of the action. And within minutes, a shark swims by. It's certainly no Jaws moment, but I'm told this is exactly how a shark behaves in the wild.
If you come out here and you see the sharks around our cage, you'll see that they're not like the sharks in Jaws. They're not going to attack things crazily. They're very calculating and they're very smart.
Toby Fox is a skipper at Adventure Bay Charters, one of only 3 shark cage dive operators in Australia. With a focus on eco-friendly tourism, it's one of the only places in the world which doesn't use chumming, a process made famous by the 1975 Spielberg thriller Jaws.
Come on down and chum some of this shit.
It's where blood and fish guts are thrown into the water to attract the sharks. You don't do that. What method do you use to get them here? You obviously still get them here, so what method do you use?
So we don't do chumming, we use vibration and sound to attract the sharks. So we have an underwater speaker, put that in the water, play music through the speaker and use that to attract the sharks.
What music are you playing?
As you saw before, AC/DC seems to work really well. We had some Justin Bieber on the other day. When we turned it off, we got sharks, so I'm not sure.
And after about half an hour of the top 40 with not a shark in sight, AC/DC was back on the playlist. And sure enough, within minutes, the sharks were back. So what is it about the Australian rock band these sharks like so much?
The beat, the bass, they just love Acca Dacca.
Well, it's not my favourite, but I don't care really, as long as the sharks turned up, which they did.
It was amazing. This has been on my bucket list since I was 8 and it's taken me 14 years to get here.
I can head back to London now as the Aussie who has seen a great white shark, so bucket list item ticked off.